welcome back. Now, since we read that, we know what type of actions these tourists were doing. One of them was trying to be quite the romantic. He thought with his girlfriend from another country, they would visit this place together and immortalize their names on the face of part of the Colosseum. Unfortunately for them, they didn't realize, or they claimed to not have realized, this type of action was illegal, highly illegal. Italy really does take the historic monuments quite seriously. I did also learn, even if like a part of the Colosseum is on the ground, you shouldn't even take that. Don't like touch anything, you just eyes only. Of course, maybe you can touch it, but don't take anything. Don't damage, paint, etc., etc. Ivan didn't know this, so Ivan carved his name and the girlfriend's name, which I forgot right now. I think it's like Caitlin or Hannah, something like that, into the side of the Colosseum. And were even filmed by other tourists, even gave the camera a little bit of a smile. Now, it does seem like the smile was less mischievous and more just like, oh, hey, you're filming. So he might have not known to not do this. However, there is a kind of a different story for the Canadian tourist who does look like maybe they knew that they shouldn't have been doing this. They were caught by a local carving their name into a 1,200-year-old temple. And that had definitely had some negative consequences for them. Being a minor and everything, I don't know if there's been any repercussions like there might be in Italy. I think it's 5 years and 5,000 euros. Or 5 months maybe. Anyways, in jail, 5 months in jail. But still quite a shock for him as well. And so I guess the moral of the story is respect things. And it doesn't even have to be old. Like even if the Colosseum was built yesterday, it's not your property. Don't put your name on it. Yeah,
it just seems so cheesy to me, especially like that. Somebody loves somebody else. People wrote that little notes like that when we were in school. Like, come on, grow up.
They probably even wrote it on the Colosseum when it was first built.
This is true, and I understand, yes, graffiti has been around. You can find it in some, like Jerusalem, Roman graffiti from a few thousand years ago, but still, it wasn't okay then and it's not okay now.
Vandals have existed in all of history, but it has never been okay. Or at least never appreciated. What is the most ancient building you have ever visited?
I think it's Angkor Wat in Cambodia. I think that's probably one of the oldest. Although, I think that's around the time of some of the really, really old castles that we've got in Wales. We're talking like 13th century. And I'm pretty sure some of the castles in England are that old. So those two things, I think, are the oldest.
Castles or Angkor Wat? Although Angkor Wat is a bit cooler.
It's cooler, yeah. Because I'm from England, like, drive down the road, see a castle. How about you?
I would say the Colosseum. I did go there. I've been there, and it looks. There's parts of it that look fake, because you're like this is just like modern concrete technique, and then you realize the Romans kind of made modern concrete techniques, and we followed them just with better materials. Actually, I don't know about better because it's lasted for 2,000 years, and our concrete falls apart in a few hundreds. So I don't know. Romans were better.
Good point.
Have you seen any like historic spots like the ones you went to have any of this graffiti or vandalism?
Yeah, that was the saddest thing about Angkor Wat. Every language, every size, there was so much of it. And you can tell, because Cambodia is a pretty poor country, and I think they don't have that many guards, able to watch. They want to keep it kind of nice and natural, so it's not covered in security cameras. And I think I don't know if they could afford that anyway. So I think a lot of people take advantage, and there was a lot of graffiti on it. Don't do that.
Some of the guards have whips.
Hands off, hands off.
Anyways,
it's kind of sad.
That is really sad to hear, actually. That is a bit difficult. It'd be nice to have people volunteer to go clean that up.
Well, the problem is it's like etched into the stone. So
even worse.
I guess then they'd have to sand it down, but would it be worth it? Like, because you'd end up losing even more of the original.
It needs to be restored.
Someone needs to fill it in, but then you've added modern material. I don't know. about their policy.
Yeah. Ugh.
What do you think people should do post-vandalism?
Yeah. What's the punishment for vandals? Death? We'll find out later. Joking. But what I'm not joking about is that vocabulary. It's good to know. You should memorize it, or at least try to use it in your everyday language, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Amphitheater.
Amphitheater.
Epic.
Epic.
Brawl.
Brawl.
Grin.
Grin.
Boorish.
Boorish.